Okay. I think, yeah, we're on. Okay. All right, let's do this. I'm just gonna try to make a couple icons. I'm probably only gonna have time for like 2 icons. Okay. All right, let's fucking go. Okay, I gotta pull up some reference. Trying to think. Yo, Elna. Well, yeah, my schedule is like pretty human hours right now. It's gonna be super short. We're just gonna draw a couple icons because I have to like run an errand in a minute, and then I have to do a bunch of crap that's like kind of terrible for streaming. So it will be the last bit though. Just gotta get the last leg of the video done. The video is almost fully edited, and it's the last time I'm making a video like this for a long time. Because it's just way too time. Like I need to make videos like in a very fast way that only takes like, 1 maybe 2 days. But I had to do it for this one because I wanted to, I wanted to do a more proper type video for my first channel vid in a while, but. I'm just pulling up various references right now. Oh, let's see. How about now? We're here. Okay, we're back. The based Oda King online at the we are. We're on human schedule right now, and we will probably be for probably a good week, if not longer. It's feeling really good. Well, like I really like it. I'm very happy with it. In terms of like, it just feels good to use. I mean, it's definitely the most like comfy keyboard I've ever used, and obviously it responds extremely quickly and just feels good. It just tastes better. And I don't feel like I'm like breaking the. I don't feel like I'm like breaking the keys. I don't feel like I'm by hitting them. Brown low profile gator on. The switches. Oh, right. Yeah, that's like keyboard lingo. Again, I'm not like really informed on that because I've been because I've been like a laptop peasant for so long. Let's just merge this shit down. Okay. All right. So what? I want to do confusion or madness, Kyoki madness type. Let me just hide the screen real quick. I'll put this up. Okay, so these are what we need. We need madness next. Actually, we're gonna switch the order. For madness, I'm thinking. I have a lot of advice on that carnivore in different places. Short answer, yes. That's your short answer, yes. The only Loomis book I highly recommend is the one called Creative Illustration. Creative Illustration. That is an extremely good book. The other ones are more kind of noob traps. They're not necessarily gonna hurt you per se, but yeah. Yeah, Creative Illustration is super good. Super good. There's good like mindset stuff in it. He's very honest because he didn't. The other ones are geared towards like bored housewives. You know what I mean? Like they're like money makers. They're not like, they're not like real deal, like really help you type stuff. Whereas Creative Illustration was actually written for actual professionals in mind. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, DeVirus. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. But yeah, Creative Illustration was written for like actual working pros. Like it was written with all right, well, the common trope is to do like stars, do like little star effects. But that's more like confusion, whereas we want to convey like an actual, more like madness type thing. Maybe like a screaming face would be good. Or something like that. I'm not sure yet. I think the hardest part of these is coming up with the actual idea. Just try something real quick. Yeah, he levels in that one. He's really honest. It's very advanced, good advice. All around good book. This looks like a guy. This looks like a really silly expression. It looks like a soy jacket. No, this is no good. And it looks too similar to this one too. Let's get rid of this idea. I don't like this idea. I'm thinking, oh, I almost got a good idea. This is like an icon. Yeah, I was thinking color coding, but the problem with color coding, what makes it dangerous is that this game uses like pretty limited color palette. And I noticed that like really quickly the screen starts feeling like a carnival. So that's why I'm trying to keep it monochrome. That's why like the symbols have to read like kind of well. This looks like Gaster. It's like some Gaster shit. Yo, Graph. The Vilpoo pill. True. Sorry, I don't know what Vilpoo is. Yeah. The biggest problem with the formulas is that they can be like placebos. That's why they're like such beginner traps, because it's like they can make you think you're doing things right, but like you're not. Like obviously, like there's no getting around the fact that like to draw a good face, you have to know where to place every single line correctly and how to inflect every line well. Oh, I just got a good idea. Stuff looks really uncanny. Yeah, the problem is that they can distract you from the actual, like actually, drawing well, which is the important part. I think I just got a good idea. I think I just got a good idea. Yo, Carol. Soko michite reisetsu o shiru. Based Kotowaza. Sadly, I don't know. Sadly, I think I don't know it. Oh, that's not Soko. That's Sorin. Sorin michite reisetsu o shiru. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of hardcore right now. Yeah. Since I have no Keizai Teki now Yoyu right now, so I can't. I already forgot how that first word was read. Yeah, my Sorin is definitely not Michi right now. Michite dude. The current icon graph is, well, it's nothing yet. It's supposed to be like madness, but I'm still trying to think of like a good idea for it. Because like one thing could be like cool, like a cool like swirl design, because a lot of time like crazy like swirl shit is used to convey like unrest in the mind or whatever, like dizziness type thing, like having some kind of type thing. Yeah. Fujiyama, and they have their own world. It's really... Yeah, it's like the screen. Yeah, exact. Oh, you know what? That's actually a good idea. Let's look at that. Let's look at the screen. Oh my god, that's a really fucking good idea. Yeah, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick that you found like a good, like a good group, because I know some people like can find that kind of difficult to find. I keep seeing fucking Gaster. I keep seeing Gaster in this. So I'm gonna make another put this on like just dark blue for clarity. Anger veins. I'm trying to think. Like, well, that would be good for like madness, as in like literal like anger. We're going more for like madness, like Kyoki. But it's still that still might be useful as well. Some kind of. I can't like not see a soy jack when looking at the screen. I don't know how much needs. Okay, it needs to have more of like a. Silly as fuck. We'll figure out the eyes after. Mizaru, Kikazaru, Iwazaru. You know, I've never known what that saying actually means. I'm not gonna lie. Isn't that just when you're scared of something? Because like, doesn't I always assumed it meant like permit like corruption to occur. Like do nothing about corruption. But I honestly don't know. Like the whole the monkey see no hear no type. Moon, yeah. Oh, that's true. It can, yeah. Yeah, the three monkeys. How the fuck do you? There's definitely gonna be some weird reading for it. It's not just. Oh, it is Sansaru. Okay. True lunacy. Yeah. True. That is true. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well. It just looks so fucking goofy. Oh yeah, theater mask stuff is good too. Theater mask is good. Let's look at some theater mask shit. Theater mask. Oh, you know what? Maybe if we just went with like, maybe just like literally doing like exactly what you just said. That might actually work really well now that you mention it. Yeah, because if we could just get it to like be down the middle and actually properly convey that it's like 1/2 on one side and 1/2 on the other, that could actually go really well, possibly. Actually, I think that might be exactly what we want. I'll just draw a line for now. I'm gonna try to keep them all similar height, like not go higher than that. Let's see. Alright, that's definitely not enough space. This is gonna have to get moved down. Let's see. Oh, also I gotta refresh the chat. I gotta remember to. I don't know why OBS does that. There's got to be a way to fix that. That would make OBS like actually refresh it more. So let me make sure my hotkeys are working. Okay, very good. These are like status conditions. I could, if I had more time, I would pull up the game and show you them in action. But basically, when you hit an enemy, it's just crap that floats over your head if you're status and floats beside the enemy if they're status. Like classic JRPG stuff. Yeah, yeah. If we could differentiate, yeah, exactly. If we could maybe differentiate that. Oh, maybe the inverse. But then, fuck. I don't have a great idea yet. Maybe if we were to. Well, let's see. Let's just keep going, and something will become clear. Or even, honestly, even just not even a split one. Like literally, somehow contriving it so that there's like two, that there's literally space for just like two of them next to each other. Ah, fuck. Just to symbolize like, I guess like overrun conflicting emotions or something. That might actually work. I mean, I know I just crunched it to nothing, but like literally having two of them. The problem is just going to be fitting it, but I think it can get fit. So you'd have one face doing one thing and then another face doing another, just to symbolize like a conflict of, just to symbolize like a conflict of emotion or, something to that extent. That actually might be fine. That actually might just do it, especially because it can symbolize, like sporadicness. Type sporadic behavior or like manic BPD type beat. I think this will work. I like the silhouette it creates. I'm already starting to like the silhouette it creates. Let's see. I have a concept I can at you with. Yeah, go ahead and at me, man. I want to see it. I think I got my pick, but still at me with it either way. Yo, Doctor Nova. Have to watch because the internet, that sucks. Yokai Watch to indicate bats that is use black and purple on debuff icons and yellow. Oh yeah. Yeah, see the problem is I don't. I mean, we could think about colors. Okay. When it comes to buffs, we will probably be doing that. We will probably do like a blue for buff, like red for debuffs type thing. But these are not buffs, these are status effects. And for these I don't want colors because it will completely it will overdo the color budget. But for buffs and debuffs, we're gonna do that. We'll figure out some kind of thing. We'll figure out some kind of thing. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a freaking good idea, Graph. That is a. I'm just gonna cop that. That's a damn good idea. Thank you, man. And then, yeah, we might... Let's see. I'll have to figure out exactly what I want to do with the... For now, I'll keep it like... I think I'll have this do that. And then this guy, yeah, we'll turn him so he's a little bit more straight. Yeah, I think this is going to work well. I'm liking it. Thank you, Graph. Ludo in the making. Buffs and debuffs, in terms of gameplay, are like, they're not going to be the same as, they're not going to be like the simple like perma buff system that, you know, like the semi-perma buff system that Pokemon uses, where you're just like debuffed until it's done. Basically, I was going to have it basically be on a per, like a per move basis. Like some stats, like stats just come with different like, I don't know, half-lives or whatever you want to call it. Fall off rates, basically. And then, you know, like, in sometimes with different like triggers in game. Oh wait, this should be the happy one. Yeah, this should be the happy one. Oops. Yeah, this one should be the happy one. The trick is just to get him to look. Fuck. We might have to... Trying to think what to do. It's so little space to express an eye, what an eye is doing. Yeah, that's not, there's no space. He's just gonna have to be that kind of energy. I keep seeing gas. We'll see. Yeah, it's not like complete. I mean, I can just show you an example. I guess I might as well. I guess I'll pull it up real quick. I'll show you some statuses in action. Some of the aspects are tentative right now. Like, it's not like everything right now is like perfectly the way it should be. But it should give you, you know, it's close enough. Okay, so I think you can see it. Okay, so all right, so basically, okay, so here you are, and if you use a move that does status damage like this, okay, well first you're gonna get attacked. You get attacked first. They're both set up to use the same attack against each other. All right, so she did that to me, and I got, you know, 36 points of the Ifu Jotai, which is sort of like this game's equivalent of paralysis. And then I do my move. Yeah, and see that's the amount of status damage I did, the thing that just popped up. So we both status affected each other, and then when you're statused, whatever statuses you have will like, kind of pulsate around here. So you can see why like getting too many color. If I had 2 status effects, this would go away. As this one's fading out, another one would like fade in. Basically. And yeah, so you can see how like there's not like a huge affordance of colors. Basically, it's like a little bit limited. Boa status, yeah, Boa status. Yeah, Nova. I'm thinking there will be some. I want some types of buffs and debuffs and stuff too that will like they'll fall or trigger based on they'll decay based on triggers as well. So it's not like necessarily time is the only trigger of decay. Sometimes it might be like getting hit or doing hits that trigger decay, stuff like that. In yokai, stat debuff and conditions stay on the monster until they are purified and stay even if the monster switches out, so the opponent is left occupied. Debuffed opponents give the enemy more ultimate meter. Very dynamic, interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. The screen mapping is still broken. The screen mapping. I actually don't know what you're talking about. Explain. Okay, you fixed it. Epic. I really like the idea of perma buffs and debuffs, which is why, switching out allies with buffs to keep them for a nuclear. Yeah, or switch exactly. Yeah, like that's what like. Yeah, exactly, doctor. Yeah, because like what I was thinking was. Yeah, Windows is a piece of shit, and we'll definitely do that. I want some way to, because like especially too, a status animation. Yeah, well, I want to. Yes. Socks are on. I want to have the character change expression at least. But I don't want anything like too visually busy because it'll I'm trying to look for like the least busy thing I can get away with. Because it will get like really annoying really fast if there's a some kind of like constant if there's some kind of like constant triggering animation thing. As far as like a one-time thing, like when it actually gets inflicted also, that's definitely on the table as far as some kind of like, oh, the thing just got triggered type. And that's something I'm definitely gonna have to think about as well. But yeah, I wanna keep it as unobtrusive as possible in terms of actually like. All right, this actually I'm honestly pretty happy with how this is happening. I think we might have it, man. I don't know. I think we're getting close. I just don't like this guy's like mouth is being a little bit weird. No, that's fucking weird. I'll have to figure out the deets later, but I do like this idea a lot. I like the silhouette. He got too high up, though. He's got to go down a little bit. Okay, let's see. Yes, yes. They should be lowered even further. There we go. Um, in yokai, buffs last night single monster for 3 actions and then fade. It keeps them from being stacked. And they only go in inference in 10. Pokemon's is 50. So we'll see. Here's the issue. Doctor. And this is what I've been thinking about. I'll tell you in a sec. Let me just read the. The icon could be attached to the health bar instead of the character. Yeah, that's true. I could. I'll have to play around with positioning, because like. Here, let me just check something real quick. Okay, so this was sort of my like test, like original, like just crude mock-up type thing. Also, this one got to like quadruple digits, which will probably never really happen, but I'm just gonna keep it at quadruples just for the time being. Usually most commonly you'll see triple digits. We could stack them here, for sure. Perhaps, they could maybe like stack in this region. You could even like, well, no, that wouldn't work. I'm trying to think where else. Like, they could just be flat, always above the head. They could just fade in and out above the head as well. There's also like kind of space here as well that they could maybe do a thing. I'll try different spots. I'll see what feels best. Can you turn on rating? Hello, Kino Rashi. How do I turn on? Yeah, exactly, Karo. Above the head is too tight. I don't like that. I'm leaning on what I did. I'm leaning on what I already have the most. And then just like tweaking it to get it feel right from there. Okay, studio settings moderation. Let's take a look. What? Oh, I think it's not letting me unless I shut the stream off. Unless I'm just looking at a different settings. Unless it's yet a different settings. Let's see. There's so many freaking settings. Here, I'm just gonna Google it. Turn on raids YouTube. How to turn on raids. Okay, we found it. Got it. Okay, I think I did it. I'm not positive that I did it, but I think I did it. I don't know why we need reading. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, Nova. I was thinking like basically you'll have you'll have different ones pop up in like basically they'll fade out in different spots basically for each one, but like slightly different spots. Um, yeah, I knew people were gonna think this is a spider. This is supposed to be a person like laying down, but I knew everyone was gonna mistake it for a spider. It's fine that people mistake it for a spider, but it's supposed to be a person. You know, like here's their eyes, here's their mouth, and they're actually supposed to be like laying down, and then like putting their arms out, like a bow type thing, and like here's their back, here's their butt, here's their legs, here's their feet, type thing. It's supposed to be this type of thing. But I knew everyone was gonna mistake it for a spider. It's honestly fine. It's fine that people are gonna mistake it for a spider. Looks like a dragon. Yes, thank you, doctor. Yes, go ahead and you know, does the person have wings? Yeah, I mean it definitely looks silly, but you know what? I'm fine with that because a lot of old games would have icons that are easy to mistake for, you know, something else, and I think it's part of the fun. I think it's part of the magic. Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about buffs again in a sec. No. I'll figure out exactly what to do with the deets of this later. For now, I'll just leave it like that. So I think I missed a comment. I don't. Yeah, it's you will be able to stack multiple statuses, but there will be two types of statuses that are attached to the current barrier you're using, and tats attacks. Oh, true, Fumo. That's a really good idea. That is true. Like an ores thing would be good. Next one we need is like a spell seal type thing. This one I already know. This is going to be a no-brainer. This is just going to be a book. This is just going to be a book with like this is going to be like a oh no. This will be a lock. It'll be a lock. This is going to be a no-brainer. Yes, it's a submissive status. It's like, aw, yeah, man wrapped up in tacos. Yeah, it's like a dogeza. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm gonna take a look at your design, doctor. Let's see. This is pretty freaking cool, man. I'm gonna show it off to the stream. Oh fuck, I can't because I'm on the actually here. I'll do this. What system? Okay, project is still a whip and stuff. Yes. No, I like this. This is cool. He's very creepy. He has a good occultic. He has good occultic energy. I'm excited. I'm excited for what for what you're cooking. But yeah, the on book. Okay, so a lock. I'm looking for one of those like the type of lock you'd put on a book. Lock on book. Here we go. I'm thinking. I mean, it could just be like a padlock. Honestly, that might be the simplest way to do it. We just go with like a basic padlock design. That's probably that's probably gonna read the best, honestly. Let's just go with a basic padlock. But yeah, so okay, so here's the thing with buffs. Yes, very black and white. Yeah, it reminded me of I don't remember their names, but the black and white mons, but like with a little more of an occultic edge. I like it a lot. Konnichiwa. I was just streaming teaching Japanese. I hope that went well. Kino Rashi. Konbanwa. Konbanwa. My Tomodachis. But yeah, I was thinking about. Okay, because well, let's read what Doctor says first. The current plan for the battle system is some hybridization of DQ and Yokai 3. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I'm excited to see it in action. Oh, fuck. I accidentally, hold on. Okay, I gotta cut half of it off again. All right, so here's the thing. Okay, because you know how Balatro got super popular? I have not played Lisa Caro. I do plan on it at some point, just because it's like a lot of people have said that it's the type of thing I would be at least probably find interesting in some way. I have like watched a video on it. I think I've watched like a basic review on it, but yeah, approved Ludo. Yeah, all right, I'm excited then. That could be a good stream game. We're gonna stream a couple like kind of indie classics I missed. Like we're gonna stream Cave Story at some point in the near future. It's just a couple different ones I gotta get up with. So I'm excited for sure. But yeah, you know how Balatro got really popular lately? And one of the things that people like about Balatro is allegedly, I don't know, I didn't play it, but allegedly it lets you build into these really like dopamine multipliers. And the thing with that is that like that can be a big I have played games with like big like dopamine multiplier things and stuff, and it can be extremely fun and addicting and shit. Like I gotta look up a better keyhole type thing. Oh wait, because come to think of it, if it's a padlock, the keyhole would be on the bottom, so it wouldn't have a. Well, sometimes the lock is in the front. A padlock actually can have a. Here, let's do this. Something like that, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, I think that looks fine. I think this will do. Let's change the balance a little bit. First of all, it's too tall. And then let's pull up the bottom a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I think that'll I think that will work, to be honest. That might look a little better. Maybe something there. Nah, that might be too much. That might be too much as well. Well, maybe. I mean, I kind of like having something there just to give it a little bit of overlap. But it's also kind of confusing. It makes it look like a pocketbook or something. Maybe if there was that. Yeah, I mean, let's I think let's go with this. Let's go with that. No, that looks fucking weird. Well, let's go with that for now. I feel like it should have. Yeah, I think that's better, actually. It's not too. No, it's not too low. All right, sick. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's see. Oh, yeah, circle and triangle type thing, yeah. I wonder if I can. Well, I guess I'll just fiddle with it later. The gamer gives consent to any psychological manipulation when they start the program. You will agree. What did fucking Deltarune say? You will agree to possibility of. I don't know. I can't remember. Pain and seizure. I'm like the fucking Deltarune lore expert. Having rot maxed over like 30 fucking hours of Deltarune 2. You know, it's funny when he first put that out and called it survey program. I thought the idea was supposed to be that it was like I thought it was supposed to be like an ARG thing where the people who play it decide what the game is supposed to be based on, and that's why it's called survey program. Oh, we need bleeding. This one should be easy as hell, I think. Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be like a users submit ideas type thing. Gacha gamers get what they deserve. Is it moral? Yeah, to subject. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we just answered that. I think Fumo just answered that. You know how Pokemon RBY a scanner box design? We should implement that, honestly. We can collect you know, we'll fuel the oat economy, and it's morally acceptable because they know what they're getting into. That sounds like a good plan, Doctor. RBY has an overabundance of the water element. Yep. You are trying to avoid that. All right, well, that sounds interesting. The MK Ultra clause. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm going to take a look. I'm going to take a look at what you got. Oh, yeah. Yup. Very true. Thank you for that. Okay, so basically, so what I was saying was like Balatro has this like dopamine buff thing, and I was thinking how like I really need some kind of. I think this is the closest we can get to this kind of cross type thing. Yeah, this should be close enough that I think it reads as a keyhole. Yeah. Yeah, that should be fun. Something like... I'm wondering if there should be... Well, whatever. Something like that. Nah, that's too much. I'll fiddle with it later. But yeah, I want some kind, like, even if it's not like that significant. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Elnu, like giving myself like one tone to use on them. That might be a good idea. I'll definitely try that. After I get like all their silhouettes out and shit, I will definitely try hitting like an extra tone in there. Like even if it's subtle. Yes, the Baylet. Yes, let's look at the Baylet. It's a good idea. I just can't. You can't look at shit like this and not see a soy check. Trying to think here. I kind of got this dumb idea that like I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not. I was thinking like an eye. Well, it should be much bigger than this. I'm thinking like an eye that looks like an eye that is like crying blood. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know if this will work. Yeah, so there's got to be some kind of like dopamine-y, like super buff state you can hit that makes you feel like you're just like, you know, makes you just feel like, you know, you're like, it gives you a power trip. It gives you a power trip type thing. There has to be some kind of mechanic like that. So that's where, because like, okay, like if you're playing like Pokemon, right? Especially in like Gen 1, and you manage to pull off the 4 amnesias on Slowbro, it's incredibly like fun. Like it gives you like a power trip. There has to be something like that in the game, no question. I just haven't decided yet. I've been being really careful about like what that should be. And okay, this looks retarded. I got it. This looks stupid as fuck. I gotta figure out some way to. All right, back to the drawing board. There's definitely a better way to do this. このソフトには精神的嫌悪感を与える内容が含まれている。Yes, that is the 現実と虚構の区別がつかない方、生きているのが辛い方、etc. Yes. Like a Mario star. Oh yeah, videos on Nico. Yeah, I should put videos on Nico. I should definitely put some stuff. Billy I don't know much about. That's right, yes, now I remember it. I did play Sayo Orange once. I didn't do all the characters, but I did get to the ending. The Mario line. The Mario line, it was my big takeaway. The Mario line was peak. What if we... What if we did something like this? I honestly kind of like this. Oh, I see what you're saying, Alnu. We could also just take the gray that's already present and possibly throw it. Okay, yeah, that might... You know, it's different uses of the gray that's already present. Perhaps. Alright, well, definitely not like that. But some, yeah, I don't know. There's a couple ideas. No, I'd probably need a second tone. But yeah. Food for thought at any rate. I kind of like this idea of this face that's like drooling out and shit. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, cuz like I've gone on it for like like if I'm looking for like old like you know like Soshige like to see if people have like archived like some old Soshige or something. Then like I'll go on it, or if there's like a soundtrack that's like only there or something. But yeah. The interface always is like obviously difficult because I don't know any Chinese, but like I think it would be worth to, you know, maybe try it for sure. Nico for sure, like because like obviously Nico doesn't get that much traffic, but like it gets like you can get some pretty high quality traffic on Nico, so I'll definitely try that. I want to start a Japanese YouTube in general pretty soon. You know, to just both talk about the game and like, you know, talk about just like animing and VNs and games and shit that I like in general. As soon as the chapter 1 drops, I was gonna actually oh, Soshige. Soshige is just a way. It stands for social game, and it basically just means gacha games. They call it Soshige because they're always hooked up to the, you know, they're like online and you can interact with other users and stuff. It's like a way of saying like, I don't know, because it's like not an MMO, but it kind of has MMO-ish features, whatever. It's kind of a dumb term, but yeah. That is what they call them, Soshige. I'm more used to that term than gacha. Because it's not like every game with a gacha is necessarily a Soshige per se. And typically when people say gacha, they're talking about Soshige. Yeah, there is a JP AnyTube Caro, and it's pretty freaking bad. Like, wait, did I just lose my internet? No, I'm good. It's pretty freaking bad for the most part. Like, there's some people who are like pretty cool, I guess. But like, it's really like kind of like corporate-y, chilling type, like it's just like there's not a lot of like it doesn't feel like it incentivizes like smarter people basically, or smarter discussion. There's the VN YouTube, as small as it is just so much better. It's so small though. It's so small and niche. Yukai sets, yeah, those will always be like a staple. There, of course, a lot of them are switching to, you know, Voice Fox these days. A lot more like Zundemon Kai sets now. What the How does this get so asymmetrical? I mean, I know it's supposed to be slightly asymmetrical. But yeah, yeah, I can't really either, Carol. Like everything's become so like what's the word? Like cut up, you know? Everything's become like I pretty much just talk with like private groups and stuff for the most part. And shit like that. I kind of want to, you know what I kind of wanted to do was myself just because just because like AniTube is so cooked and shit. I kind of wanted to start like weekly or at least bi-weekly doing like at least like a couple hour stream where I just talk about like whatever is on my mind. Like it doesn't matter, just whatever anime thing I feel like talking about. This feels more like a decay. This feels more like a zombieification than a bleeding. To be honest, I don't know if this is a good. I don't know if I did a good job with the concept of bleeding. But maybe it's fine. I can't think of many other ways. The only other thing I can think for bleeding would just be kind of like the low-hanging fruit of like, okay, here's a fucking droplet. You know, like here's the bleeding. It's just the blood. You know, it's a droplet of blood. But I don't think this conveys enough. This almost even can be misinterpreted as different things. Whereas this feels more like, oh shit, my shit's getting ruined. A medieval tourniquet. I actually don't know what that is. Oh, that's right. These things. Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Because in fact, just anything that conveys like bandage type situation, like anything that's like, oh, here's an arm or whatever, a leg or whatever, and then here's like bandage type shit. Could also be like the Chuni Hie power. Yeah, it's too hard to convey with the space. I think we're just gonna have to go with this guy. Let's just go with this guy. I might change my mind later. I'll clean him up later. I will clean him up later. Really happy with the mask guy. Oh, my fucking Mario Kart just went away. Hold on. Let's get it back. Actually, let's go to let's put on Mario Party. Hopefully that's not too loud. That's a little too loud. Okay, that should be good. Yeah, so let's see. The next one we need is we definitely need a crack. This is a barrier status effect. It just affects the barrier, not the entire character. And what this does is it. Oh, what the? How the fuck did that happen? And how many did this happen to? The fucking No wonder I was getting a symmetry problem. Oh, it happened to the lock one as well. All right. The plot just thickened. Yeah, this one was fine. All right. Well, these two need to be thickened a pixel. Fuck. All right. But yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe I did that. I mean, I'm happy to have extra space, but. All right, let's fix them up. Yeah, it looks like your skin's being melted with acid. It's like some live leak shit. Some cartel shit. Chaotic. I don't think I've heard of that. Yeah, Nova. Like I've seen, like I don't really check anime blog stuff, but like I do check VN blogs and stuff, and those tend to be really good. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, now I remember what I was gonna say. Remember we were talking about Masan the other time. Masan, just literally written in hiragana, just Masan, and after I get my chapter 1 out, I'm 100% going to contact him. And maybe we can do a little. I see. Chaotic's like one of those, like, yeah, like a documenting reality type. I will check those, here and there, just because, like, I literally, like, grew up, like, if you were, like, obviously, like, I think, like, most millennials, like, spent a lot of childhood, like, on, like, shock site. It's just, like, one of those things you just, like, always do. I'm not like a gore tart or anything. But just every once in a while, it's just, like, it's just fucking entertaining. Alright, that's too much. Let's see, I think what we can do is we can move this guy a little over. Maybe. Yeah, that's definitely better. I'm not convinced about some of these lines. What we might do is take this. Yeah, I mean that feels decent. I guess. I guess for now. Yeah, I mean I see that symbol. I go, oh, that guy's bleeding for sure. I think. I mean, he's kind of looking like acid. He's kind of looking like he's melted with acid, but I guess it gets the like. If you were to tell me it's bleeding, I wouldn't argue with you. I'm Gen Z and had my WPD RWP when I was like 13. Yeah. Oh my God, Caro. Indian train videos are just like the absolute fucking best. Yeah, there's just that. They're literally just the best. Someone put out like a compilation, like a slow-mo compilation recently. It was so fucking funny. Yes, W. Seeing Castle on Masan's channel would be fucking awesome. Absolutely. Never had a phase because I'm weak to gore. No, but yeah. Well, see, that's what's funny is that like I'm not necessarily not weak to it either. I've always been like kind of more on the sense like I'm more on like the like if it comes to like for example like if you watch like pull up anything on like MedTube or whatever, seeing like operations and shit, like I do like I always like squirm from that type of thing. I'm not like exactly strong with it, and you know I will seek out like the horror genre and stuff in VNs and stuff a decent bit and stuff. And part of the reason it's exciting is because I'm kind of weak to it. Like it makes it thrilling, you know what I mean? Like it's not I feel like you're going to enjoy a really gruesome horror thing more when you're queasy and it disturbs you than if you're like some fucking like some stone cold like fucking I don't know, like peak sigma unfazed giga chat thing. I feel like that person's gonna enjoy horror less personally. I don't know though. I'm trying to think. I think what we could do is we can just create like a. I think we can just create like sort of like a hexagram or not hexagram, a hexagon type thing, and then we can just something that conveys that a thing has been cracked. Like this shouldn't be too hard to come up with something. It's just anything that conveys that the thing has been freaking cracked. But it's surprisingly hard to come up with something that's like, oh yes, that's definitely like a good, definitely like, oh, you know what would be interesting? Maybe it's like a shield, like specifically make it look like a shield shape, like some kind of shield shape. Might be interesting. Yeah, well, it's sort of like it's the other side of pornography, pretty much, I would say. It's like the other half of thrill vid type shit, for sure. The 1v1 versus the Ukrainian Russian guy was the craziest video. I feel like I maybe remember that one. But if it's really crazy, I probably didn't see it because I don't remember it. I did see a number of Ukraine ones, but like I don't think I saw that one. I might have to go looking for that at some point. Yeah, Twitter has some pretty wacky stuff sometimes, for sure. It definitely does. F40PH goes true. I almost made myself puke by thinking about decapitation and the blood squirting out briefly in sync with the heartbeat. Yeah, the one time I actually gagged and had to shut off the video was like when the freaking the South American cartels like go hard and they do the actual full blown like what do you call it? It's like a full blown fatality. Like they cut the guy's chest off, and I mean literally like off, not open. And the dude's still alive through all this because obviously you have to remove like vital organs or lose enough blood to die. Just removing a lot of meat is not enough to kill someone quickly. So they cut the dude's chest off, and then they reach in and pull out his still beating heart. And seeing one of those, I had to actually, I forget the exact term, but yeah, the cartel shit. Seeing one of those, I could not do the whole thing with one of those. I had to shut it off, or I almost puked. That's like my limit. So I definitely have limits with that shit. But I did like kind of peek it after, but I can't like easily, it's like people who can just stare right at that shit. It's like the equivalent of like being on a roller coaster and like not screaming or holding on for dear life or whatever. It's just, it takes like a certain type of individual. Yeah, it's very godless behavior. Cop the explosive Wemyss symbol. Let's take a look. Oh, bandages. That's not a bad idea, Graph. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. We might have to go with that. For some reason, I didn't think of that type of bandage type thing, but we might have to go with that. Thank you again. Yeah, exactly, Nova. It's definitely not good for the soul. Yes, a lot of those people do pretend to be religious, yes. Because I don't know. I've had a hard time finding pseudo-critical anime discussion of the Japanese web. Most 5chan threads I've seen are talking about 90% trolling and talking about new merch, really. Yeah, it's very hard for sure. I think in general, because okay, here's the thing, like it's not like you can like everything is very like money oriented at the moment. Like, oh, if you're gonna do a YouTube and you're gonna get like views and crap, it's probably gonna be something geared towards making money at this point. And sadly, having like a more I don't know, at least some, not even necessarily intellectual, just like some kind of, it's not like old AnyTube was particularly smart or anything at all. But like the best of it did at least have a It's not like it was Gigic content. Let's just put it that way. It's not like it was Gigic content. But more Gigic leaning content is what's gonna kind of survive out there. Japan's AniTube is really big with like the clickbait, like, or like, you know, like sensationalizing, like cheap, very like cheap, almost yellow journalism type thing is what does really well with. Okay, there is not enough space to get like a good like cross bandage thing the way I have it. We need, let's see here, let's do it like, yeah, so yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was thinking of just, you know, just like, fine, I'll do it myself shit. Like, I don't have the time at the moment, but I'm very strongly considering just being like, yeah, okay, once a week or so, I'll just, you know, I'll just tell you what I'm thinking about in regards to anime. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere with this one now. All right, let's take this guy. Let's flip him. Who's more violent, a so-called Christian cartel member or a salary man? Yeah, I mean, yeah, a cornered salary man is more dangerous than any cartel man. Yes, he builds up his rage. You need a version of falling down with a salary man. Yeah, that too, Nova. They are really wacky with the yellow journalism in Japan. Yes, and yes, what's funny though is that like because sensationalizing shit is so prevalent with them on YouTube now, they're starting to like learn their boundaries with copyrights more. Like they're starting, instead of just being like really scared of even like posting a screenshot from anime, they're starting to like learn exactly how far up to they're starting to like learn where the line is, because that's gonna help you like get ahead on YouTube and shit. So Japan has been like starting to kind of like understand what like fair use is and shit lately as a result, which has some good side effects because like some channels that are actually cool and not just trying to cause problems have been doing cool stuff, more cool stuff. But yeah, in general, they're like really, really difficult with that type of thing. The problem, I can't get the goop. I can't get the goop effect. I mean, I guess that's kind of a goop effect if you. I mean, maybe we just sort of do this type of thing. Let's see. Let's see how this compares to the acid guy. I mean,
I definitely need to work it a little more, but I feel it's not terrible. Also, gotta pull this down.
Yeah, they're only 20 years too late, exactly. Yeah, sensor bars. Yeah. That's a good idea. Make every anime look like some Aeromax shit's about to go down. Yeah, Graph, something along those lines for the crack might work. That might work. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, Hyoka's like just all right. It's it's a far freaking cry from, sadly, like what they were doing in the O's and stuff. Like Haruhi and all that. It's really unfortunate because after yeah, it's definitely not very entertaining. KyoAni really fell off with the quality of what they were adapting. Like how interesting source material they chose after the O's. It's very unfortunate. And the KA Bunko system was not conducive at all to good stories for like obvious reasons. They're literally adapting they're adapting amateur writing. So it's very unfortunate that they went from like doing like frickin' Jun Maeda shit to that. It's very unfortunate, but I still like a lot of their shows from that period and stuff, but they're definitely not what they were, prior. It's really unfortunate. Some of the stuff they did is straight up just like you didn't even like try. Like it's too amateur. Some of it, like some of the KA Bunko stuff is just way too out of line. Like it's fucked up because they should have even if they were to do the KA Bunko thing, they should have at least created some kind of balance. Okay, this I think is fine now. I'm honestly fine with this. Yeah, Nietzsche just great, yeah. Say he was doing audiobooks with fancy graphics. Yeah, when it comes to like a good LN adaptation is exciting when you get like you can definitively say, okay, yeah, like this provided something that you're not going to get in the book. Sadly, that's not like all the time by a long shot. It's just like a very case to case thing. A lot of the time, it's like, okay, obviously you'd rather read the book. Regardless though, if I'm gonna watch anime, like if it's a good show, like if it's well directed and there's at least like you're at least getting some periodic good, really good art, which any show with like a good animation director should have. I'd rather watch something that has well-written source material than something that doesn't, obviously.
Well, I guess that's not necessarily obvious. That's not how everyone feels, but. Oh shit, that's right. Okay, all right, interesting graph. That is an interesting idea. Let's try to do something along those lines. Graph's my cheat sheet. Graph spoon feeding me. All right, something's got to be done about this lock. I'm not loving what I'm doing with this hole. I think that's better. Oh shit.
Violet Evergarden was insane, Chris. Like, I don't even understand like why that. I don't understand how that even happened. Like, it was the only thing that won K.A. Bunko's award, and yet it was like kind of by far the worst written K.A. Bunko thing. And it's not like K.A. Bunko was putting out, you know, anything too impressive. I really genuinely don't know how they goof so badly with that. I really don't know. It's almost like it almost felt like it was supposed to be bad. It was so bad. Like I really don't understand how some episodes felt like an AI wrote them. Like maybe this was like early testing of AI or something. Really, really weird shit. Karashi Kanojo no Jijo. That's the old Gynax, right? Yes, yeah. It was a long ass time ago when I saw it. Yeah, it's fun for sure. Especially when I think there's a point where Tsurumaki takes over and it's definitely better for it. Super Cub I haven't seen, but yes, I've heard it's good. Yeah, Monogatari anime is fucking awesome. But let's go, Nova. We're back. There's Graph, like, as far as like if you were to ask me what's wrong with Violet Evergarden, it'd be faster to just say like what's good about it. It'd be much faster to say what's right, what's not wrong with it. Which I could probably tell you in like 2 seconds. It's it's hard to even like say like, you know, oh, what's wrong? Well, what's wrong with it is that the writer just isn't a writer. It's just not professionally written. Yeah, I wanna read Akame Got Killed at some point because Takahiro wrote it, and I really like Takahiro as a writer. Like Yuki Yuna is fucking badass. I remember Akame being like super fucking goofy maxed, but like I remember enjoying it the whole way through. It's just been so long ago. I can't give you like an intellectual idea on it. But I know I like Takahiro a lot. I trust Takahiro. Takahiro is a good writer, and I love Yuki Yuna. So I trust he must have cooked something with it. Yeah, I don't know, Caro. Like I said, I can't tell you shit. I remember it being goofy maxed as fuck and just silly and brainless. But the problem is that like I know Takehiro's good. So like there had to be more to the picture. There had to be. I'll get back to you on that. I'll get back to you. I mean, he could have just been. It's not like Takehiro's not like
fucking peak or anything. Maybe he was just dicking around, I mean, maybe the whole point was to just make something that's kind of fucking retarded. But, I don't know. I'm not like super eager to watch it again, so it'll probably be some time before I can even tell you what I think. It'll probably be like at least a year before I, read the manga or whatever again. Okay, well, I'm sorry, DeVirus, but like, I'm gonna defend Akame just on the pure fact that Takahiro wrote it. Like, that's just me defending my dude Takahiro. Don't take it too personally. But yes, I'm sorry, but I cannot honestly say anything in Violet Evergarden's defense, except for the art. Obviously, the art's phenomenal. Goes without saying, the art's phenomenal. But I really think they should have rethought the Kei Bunko system. It reminds me of that David Prott guy who goes around reviewing pizza joints in any place over 100 years old, got a score boost. Kind of like Naruto. Yeah, I still got What reminds you of that, Will? Yeah, it's not, Elner. It's not like it's not enjoy. Like, it's not like I can't see people enjoying it. I know people who do enjoy it. It's just like really like. It's just like a real like what the fuck. This is not. I've never seen it, Caro, but I do know that it's pretty wild. Yeah, like. Both the episodes themselves and the bigger picture were kind of like there were full-blown episodes where like it would introduce like a concept. Like there was the thing with I'm honestly, I don't even remember. I'm not gonna dig it up because that's. Let's just say that if someone's a believer, if someone's a Violet Evergarden believer, then I want to see their analysis. I want my mind blown by their analysis. That's all I'll say for now. Is it China core? I don't know. I don't know exactly. Maybe. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I can't help it though. I gotta defend Takahiro. I'll check it out again. I don't know. Let's put it this way. Like, just from my memory of it, I mean, I can definitely say it's better than some other things people are fine with. So I can say that much at least. %70% there from China. That's pretty fucking funny. I did not know that. I'm not sure if I even remember that, Elner. I'm not sure if I remember that part. Let's see. Okay, we gotta drop this by a pixel. Wanted to start an art movement called Out of Left Field. Replicate the vibe of a 2000 subculture. He had no art ability, was obsessed with Jungian psychology, and did weird dances. He told me that even if I could draw or compose music, etc., he wouldn't want me as a member because I'm not too much. What the fuck? Sounds like a real, like, fucking, yeah, it's kind of JP core. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that, man. That's quite a I've met some pretty fucking wild people, but that sounds like even a little bit more wild than what I've been exposed to. Fuck, I don't know this. I'm not getting it to feel like quite cracked enough. I can't get it to feel quite cracked enough. There's got to be. I mean, it definitely looks like a crack of sorts. Bruh, did you really just... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Young. I'm sorry for saying that you were Peterson Core. I take it back. I honestly don't know anything about... I don't know anything about Young. Philosophy's not my thing. Well, psychology in general is, yeah, it's just like one of those things that's just like obviously it's not a developed field. So it's like you're completely just at the mercy of like, okay, does this individual have something smart to say? Oh, this is just looking worse. Does this individual have something smart to say? Like, obviously you can't trust the field as an actual field. You know, because the field has nothing to its name. Man, now I'm curious. I gotta look into Akame now. Just thinking about Takahiro, because I let for example Yuki Yuna play recently, and that shit is like so good. I can't imagine Takahiro can just like actually be retarded, like genuinely retarded. Because like obviously it's superficially retarded. Like that's no one's gonna argue that. Like the shit's goofy as fuck and all that stuff. But like that's not like it's not like that alone determines if something is good or not. Obviously, I'm gonna have to look into it. I remember it was so fucking long ago, and I remember thinking this is retarded. But I also remember enjoying it. And typically I have a hard time enjoying shit when... Typically I'm very snobby as far as like detecting if I'm reading like a real writer or, you know, like a manga slop writer or something. So I'm gonna have to look into it. I'll get back to you. Maybe that'll be our first investigation for our weekly AniTube thing. Did Takahiro cook? Did Takahiro cook with Akame? That would be a good topic. Fuck, I can't get something I'm happy with. I'm just making it worse. Just making it fucking worse. I mean, this is probably better for now. Yeah, no, Yuki Yuna goes hard, Graph, for sure. I love the prologue stuff too. Or not the prologue, the Washio content. That shit's fire too. It's nothing life changing. It's nothing like, you know, it's not like some like 10 out of 10 shit, but it's really solid stuff. Yeah, Graph, let's try that. Yeah, for sure, Fumo. I'm sure there's a lot of cool ideas in there, for sure. Exactly. There's a lot of Oda. Yeah, there's a lot of Oda adjacent shit coming out in that whole scene. Very true. Very true to Virus. If I was to want to see one develop more, I would probably want to see the psychology develop more. But okay, you know what we can do? I think. Because like I don't even hate the way it's reading right now. Oh, cracked mirror. That might be interesting. Let's see what the fuck that looks like. I knew this was gonna happen too. I knew I was gonna be like running through these really smoothly and then just get to one that was like, fuck. Let's try something like. Young is spiritual, delves in the collective unconscious. Yeah. I honestly can't remember. A lot of the time I can't remember which one did what. They kind of just turn into like they turn into like a mass in my head a lot of the time. Oh, you know what? This is kind of interesting. This almost looks like an egg. An egg breaking. I think we got it. Yeah, no. I'm kind of liking this. It's like something peeling back, like a shell peeling back or some shit. I like this idea. Shimeji simulation is a couple chat. I'm excited to read that. Young invented Megami Tensei Persona. Freud invented Mother Incestotions. Based. I think Freud won. Yeah, I'm thinking Freud won. Epic isekai deconstruction. I never saw 12 Kingdoms or read it or whatever. I actually don't even know who read it or who wrote it, whatever. Fuyumi Ono. Do I know anything from this dude? Oh, okay. This was the Shiki dude, which I also did not see. Yeah, I can't tell you shit about this dude, unfortunately. I don't know anything about him. Or okay, it's a she. Fuyumi. Oh no, Fuyumi. Yeah, I don't know anything about her, but I will definitely check her stuff out at some point. ReZero is the king of the isekai slop. I haven't seen enough to tell. I don't have like a huge horse. I don't have like a major rep in the, or like a huge like horse in the isekai battle as far as like, oh yeah, this one's definitely the best. Like I'm not like super versed in the genre. There's good ones I know of. There's a couple like obvious good ones. And then there's obvious not as good ones. I only saw ReZero first season a long time ago. And I honestly can't tell you much because it was too long ago. My Japanese wasn't great anyway. We're gonna have to revisit it. I read like some of it, and I know it was like fine. Like it was absolutely not bad at all. I can say that much. ReZero is absolutely not bad. But I can't tell you too much more. Yeah, Konosuba is good. Mushoku's the only good isekai first season. All right, I'm actually kind of happy. Well, no, I'm not happy with this anymore. It lost the. It kind of lost. Okay, I think what we need to. Shit, it lost like the energy to the breaking vibe. Fuck. Like if I was to just rattle off like isekai and Dungeon K stuff I know is good, like yeah, obviously Konosuba for sure. Yeah, I can vouch that ReZero is definitely not bad for sure. It's definitely not bad. As far as like dungeon stuff, Goblin Slayer was actually really solid. Nothing amazing, but it was very solid. What else was there? Yeah, obviously Mushoku was good. Outbreak Company, good. I don't have like a huge catalog in my head. It needs more of like a. I knew we were gonna be. I knew one of them was gonna hit, and I wasn't gonna be happy with it, and we were just gonna be on it all night. It's looking so fucking weird now. All right, reboot. Just kind of like scribble around until I'm getting a vibe. Oh, we're getting something now. Kind of. Dungeon Mesh, yeah, we'll have to do it. Yeah, redo. It's actually funny you mentioned that, Caro. I turned on this audiobook. I turned on this audiobook that was like mad unhinged. It was like mad sexually unhinged in this set. Like it's hard to explain without saying everything about it, but like I'm like this thing is like mad unhinged and feels kind of like almost like it was like kind of like maybe geared towards like female libido type kind of fetish side of things, and I checked and it was by the Redo of Healer author. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why this is so unhinged. It was pretty good what I was listening of it. I was listening to the audiobook. It was actually pretty good what I was listening to. It was definitely not bad. Let's see, what's our time? 2 hours, okay. I got like 20-ish minutes. Well, I didn't like how every scene was made to be the most dramatic thing ever in ReZero. Yeah, I do remember what you're talking about. I can't, like I said, I can't have a comment. I do remember thinking like some of the drama was unearned, but you know, I can't. You know, I'd be going off of like a different lifetime's ideas at that point. So a lot of elements of it also reminded me of Index, which is not good because Index is so peak and it's not a good thing. You know, I'm never going to compare most things favorably to Index, so like a lot of the thematic ideas, for example. I remember, I can't even remember exactly why, but some of them did make me think of Index. Fuck. No, this is getting too funky. This one needs to be broken up. Oh, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere now. It needs some kind of body that's like more intact. Not like that. Definitely not like that. Summer Wars. I never saw it because I don't like those like normie bait like anime movie type things. But I will watch that at some point. Shield Hero I didn't read or watch either. So I can't say anything about it. Alright, let's oh, you know what? I'm starting to get an idea. I'm getting a good idea. Hold on. Watch this. I think if we can just create like some kind of vertical asymmetry type beat. I think we can get something more symbolic out of it more easily. And then we can almost create like a crack. I mean, this looks goofy so far, but I still... Looks like jaws clamping on each other or something. I'm still kind of believing in this idea, though. Fuck. Nah, this looks retarded. Let's see. Let's rewind it way back. Let's keep it here for now. Let's just keep it here for now. And a better idea may come to me, but we're going to keep it there for now. Let's see what the next one needs to be. Oh, index? Yeah. Toaru Majutsu no index. It just depends, Kara. I mean, it's like the bottom line, and I think the thing that people don't... Yes, read it, Elna. It's so fucking good. The thing that a lot of people just don't want to accept is that writing is a skill like art. It's just... You take a good writer and they write... If they're skilled, they're going to write a good story. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter what genre you throw about them. It doesn't matter what tropes you throw at them. Like, obviously, you can't give them, like, an unwinnable game. Like, you can't say, like, okay, you need to make the exact same plot flow of, like, Dragon Ball, and it's going to be a masterpiece. Like, obviously, that's unreasonable. You can't do that. But, like... Would they be able to make like the beat-to-beat moments really high quality? Would they be able to put a lot of characterization in it? Would they be able to generate some kind of like subplot flow that's like has some kind of like proper tension and release to it? Yes, absolutely. Like, and that's really like the bottom line, that it's just a hard skill like any skill. And that's why like you talk about like genres or whatever. It's just like, oh, what about, you know, the merits of this genre versus that genre or whatever. I never like participate in those discussions because there's just like no point. It's just like, oh, is the writer good? Because then it's good. Does the writer suck? Because then it sucks. You know, that's just pretty much always how it works. Yes, good writers can miss. They don't always cook, and that's why we're gonna look into Takahiro. We're gonna see if Takahiro cooked. But in general, even when a good writer misses, it's very different. It's very different than when someone who just can't write does some shit. Like a good writer, when they miss, it might satisfy consumers less than when like someone just kind of gets lucky. Like maybe like someone who's just sort of like a mid mangaka gets lucky or something. It might satisfy consumers less, but like the amount of substance in the work is going to be like the amount of actual substantial redeeming values, even when a good writer like fucks up, is going to be like so much more worthwhile and just like intellectually stimulating and just, you know, interesting than when someone who's like, you know, not a legitimate writer, like even if they get kind of like lucky, typically, like, yeah, there's exceptions and it depends on the person a little bit, but like in general, it's just so, the difference is just too, like, it's one of those things that like once you see, you can't unsee it. Like you can't unsee the real writer difference once you see too much of it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Anger. Sense a special one. We don't need that. Mana Seal, I feel like we should have a Mana Seal. I don't think I need any more in the very immediate. What the fuck does is anger even supposed to do? I don't even remember what it was supposed to do as a status effect. I don't even remember if I still like the idea. I'm not sure I even want an anger status effect, to be perfectly honest. Skaji was actually kind of Skaji has been writing these like posts. He's been writing these like big posts on writing recently, and he was kind of saying he's kind of talking about what I'm talking about slightly. It's a little bit different, but okay. Anger is Funu. Cannot switch targets away from. Oh, okay. I see. It's like a. No, I don't like what this does. I don't like the concept or what it does. We're getting rid of anger. We are officially. There is no anger. There's no. Anger is dead. All right, so it'd just be arousal now. And this is a special one. We don't need this one yet. I kind of have some ideas for this one. Western authors for inspiring otaku kino. Yeah, there's this one dude who's making this really fucking epic pixel shit RPG VN thing that's gonna be absolute kino. It goes by Howard Blast. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's true. It could. There are interesting things. Yeah, like there are interesting things you could do with like an anger status. I'm trying to think. Well, what I'm trying to think is like flavor wise. Like, do I even like the idea? Do I like the idea of saying yes, this character is like angry now? I feel like it's one of those things that intrudes too much on personality, which is why I'm thinking I don't like the idea. Let's just come up with like a Mana Seal one, because I know that one's gonna be important first. Let's come up with a Mana Seal. This one I think we can. This one already has like a fucking lock. We already did like a lock, so it's gonna have to be a different energy. Yeah, well, that's because it's so popular, Caro. It's such a you're always gonna get that when like, yeah, you're always gonna get that when like,
You're always gonna get that when like a genre is like super popular. You're gonna, it's like it's always the pyramid effect. Like the larger the pyramid grows, the faster the junk grows at the bottom. Well, and it's like weird. Pyramid growth is weird too because it's not like the heights necessarily get higher as the pyramid grows. So a lot of time it just keeps getting wider like this. So the junk really keeps getting bigger, but it doesn't actually hit higher heights. That can happen too. Oh yeah, El New Kami-sama. I still have only seen half of it, and if you were to just go by that half, it's like literally like the best fucking anime ever. Because like the thing is like when Maeda is like writing like a good app or a good, he's just unmatched. Like you can't beat him when he's on. When he made his like train wreck endings, his train wreck like last arcs and like like the last 2 episodes of Angel Beats and like the last like 5 episodes or something of like Charlotte or whatever. Allegedly, it's another situation like that. I'll watch them again at some point, but like as far as like the good eps, like yeah, you just like can't do better. It's just like it's just so fucking good. Like when he's on, like I mean, talk about the real writer difference. It's just like you can't. It's like you get enough exposure to that type of thing. It's just like impossible to like enjoy like stuff that's just like too thin after that. Fumo, he's been posting it on Moepedia. He tweets them out here and there. I forget what he's been calling it, but if you just look up like if you just type in Sosakuron, he's been calling it like dots Sosakuron or something. Let me just type it out for you. What the oh, this canvas is so small I can't type anything. All right, we're gonna have to learn how to draw. We're gonna have to learn how to draw kanji. I'm sorry, I still can't draw most kanji. Okay, here we go. Let's fucking do it. I'm gonna draw some kanji for you. Oh, well, I could just make a bigger canvas, whatever. We've come this far. Let's just do it anyway. Okay, all right, there it is. But he called it like dots because it's like a troll. It's like a deconstruction. I think he calls it dots, Sosakura. It's basically him saying a lot of it is him ranting about like why he thinks you can't like really teach people how to write. Anyway, it's super fucking interesting. It's really really cool. Very much worth reading them. He's only got 2 so far. He's only got 2 articles so far. But... yeah, the end was like a huge mess, unfortunately. But when he was cooking for sure. Oh, the lock status is spell seal, but we need a mana seal. Yes, there it is. Dot so Sakuran. Yep. Oh, let's take a look, Elma. Oh, interesting. Yes. Yes. No, that's a really good fucking idea. That's a really good idea. Yeah, exactly. Like a talisman type seal, yes. There's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards with that energy. Yeah. No, I like that. I like that idea. All right, let's do that.
Okay, so we can have like, yeah, just start with a basic ball. I think that's like what, yeah, because that's like, let's get some, I gotta stop in like 2 seconds, but just get the Mario Party back. I think that's the other thing that's like really annoying with the medium of like anime in general is because it's like affected by so many things and stuff. So if you're like, but like a lot of the time what people talk about is either entertainment value or like an attempt to talk about the literary merits, but it often gets like mixed with other elements and stuff. So it ends up being like such a messy conversation, and that's probably one of the reasons why like AniTube has prevailed as such like an ultimate like slop leaning thing, because like gigic type content just prevails because it's like, oh, does anyone really want to sort out the messy dynamic of like, you know, trying to talk about these things, or is it easier to just make some like soy joke or some shit? You know, like obviously it's like easier to do what Gigic's doing than put more effort into talking about the medium. So it's unfortunate. Both artistically and literarily require a lot of effort to talk about well. You know, and then you get the like people who like do kind of like, they like almost like wear the skin of like a more intelligent discussion, but it's always something so stupid like, oh, did you notice that this character was like sad in this scene, and that's like crazy foreshadowing? They'll just like point something out that's just like literally watching the show tells you. Like it's not, you know, there's no like new info. There's nothing analytical type thing. Yeah. That's why it's like, it's another reason I'd like to have some kind of, you know, some kind of thing going with that where I could do my best to you know, try to talk about things at a more, some kind of more insightful layer. Yeah, it's like a Fuin type thing. Is that? Yeah, I gotta hit the store before my frickin' or before the shit closes. All the 24-hour places stop being 24-hour after COVID. It's like the one thing I have to make sure I always do. Or it's like the one like, you know, it's the one time of day matters for me. Yeah, very true. Very true, Caro. Very true. Yes, yeah, that was fun, Tavares. That was a lot of fun. I gotta do a whole Goaty USA. I gotta do like a whole full analysis. Because that's another thing I was thinking of doing. Just we'll take like an entire day or two to stream and just dedicate it to like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing with this one. I'm gonna cheat. Look at what Elnu did again. Okay. Taking like a day or two, taking like a full day or two just to like dig into like a really advanced deep work would be cool as fuck. You know, and I could call it just like the blank stream, like the blank analysis stream or whatever. So we could have like a Gochi, so one Umineko, whatever. Like whatever it may be. Whatever is worth talking about. Otherwise though, when it comes to just more basic anime discussion, yeah, just having a day a week. Also, too, to like, you know, because like when they're, especially now, it's funny because I talked about this last stream, but like how like we don't have any because like the thing with somehow this ended up looking okay. Oh, you know what it should be? You know what the fuck is that? You know what we could do to make it read more in this in this res is we could just do like a basic you know, a basic like that type of thing. Genuinely forgot what these things are called. Oh shit. Yeah, so like I was saying, like Digibro, for example, despite like him not being like, you know, he wasn't exactly an intellectual or anything, but like the it's just Osats, yeah. Which of course can also refer to money, I guess. But yeah, like he would sometimes recognize like good like dark horses or something in like a season or something, and talk about like, for example, like when he noticed that like, oh, no one's talking about fucking Girlish Number, someone should talk about Girlish Number because a good writer, you know, a real writer wrote that. That's probably something we should talk about. That's not how he was thinking about it. He just happened to fuck with it, but like, you know. Do I have an N1? No. I never took the N1 test. I plan on doing it at some point, but yeah, very true, Elno. It's very hard to Trixie the Golden Witch is powerful. Powerful stuff. But yeah, the at any rate, yeah. It's just like it's unfortunate that we don't have we're not you know, because people who are doing Anitube type stuff are incentivized to not rock the boat and to just, you know, appeal to lower brow type investment, you know, to appeal to, you're not going to get as much content like that. Like you're not going to get like, oh, here's a big Anituber saying like you should watch this thing because like a good fucking writer did the material for it. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to get that now, at least easily. So it'd be worth pitching in my, you know, it'd be worth pitching in my my efforts there. Are we back? Are we back? I don't know if we're back. Okay, we're back. We're back. But we're also gone because I gotta get off and go to the store before it closes. But. All right, I will jump off now. I should be on tomorrow, unless video editing takes a little longer than I was expecting. Hopefully it doesn't, but and then we'll finish all these guys another time. I don't need all of them right now, so thanks everyone who stopped by. I will definitely see you soon. Stay based in Oda. I don't even know if you can hear me right now, but hopefully you can.